Ms. Wilson, you are suing the defendant, Ms. James, for a refund after paying for a trip that you couldn't attend. You claim that the defendant scheduled the trip during a month that you had already said you were unavailable,
Correct.
then refused to refund you and then blocked you. So you are suing her for a refund of $300. Ms. James, you say this was a non-refundable timeshare package, not a regular trip, and you made that very clear from the very start. You also believe that you owe the plaintiff no money because the money went directly to a resort and she can't get that back.
Right.
All right. Ms. Wilson, this is your sister
Yes.
that you're suing, your
Yes.
half-sister.
Yes.
And how many of you are there, sisters?
A total of 7. I make 7. I share my sisters through our father. My other siblings all share the same mother and father. So I'm a half. They're all the same.
Okay.
And grew up with them kind of distant. They were in my life, but we didn't grow up in the same household. I moved away at some point and then came back to New Jersey, and we started to reconnect and started to strengthen our bond.
Okay.
Beginning this year, we decided to do a monthly sister outing.
Monthly?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, outing, but
yes.
not a trip.
Correct.
Okay.
Sometime last year, my sister Jackie called me and invited me on a trip.
Okay.
So she and my other sisters, a couple of them, already went on a trip. And I guess it was through a timeshare-based trip. And as a result, they were offered another trip to go on.
Okay.
And she invited me on that trip.
And you thought this had nothing to do with the timeshare, though? Like buying into a timeshare?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't asked to buy into a timeshare. I wasn't presented with a contract. I didn't sign a contract. I didn't agree to.
You just thought that she tabulated the trip total and divvied it up with how many people were going?
Correct.
And this is your portion?
Yes. She said, if you want to go, we'll divide it, and it'll be $300 per each person, $20 deposit. I said, sure. She said the trip will be scheduled and the location will be determined at a later date. Fine.
Okay. All right, Ms. James, is that correct?
Well, sort of, kind of. Okay. So the first trip we went on was, again, I won a trip, the radio. This time it was a 3-day, 2-night trip. So since we decided not to get the timeshare at that time, they wanted us to come back. So they offered us another trip, which was longer, an 8-day, 7-night trip. They gave us 11 locations to choose from. We had a year to decide to book the trip. I just realized that it was a year. I didn't know that we had a year. So at any rate, we were supposed to book before the end of August anyway. We couldn't do November, September, October, but I just realized that when I found the original contract with the deposit on it, and we had a year to make this trip happen.
Okay, so were you the planner?
Yeah.
Were you essentially taking lead on this?
Right.
Okay. So there was a group chat that
Right.
everybody was involved in.
Right.
5 sisters total? 7?
Five of us were going, 2 weren't.
Okay. And you opened it up to a vote on a place.
Right.
And when they were available, when people were available, correct?
Right.
Now, you claim in your complaint that you made it very clear that because you suffered a neck injury,
I
you had surgery
Yes.
in April, and you had a 4-month medical leave.
I don't return back to work until August.
So you made it clear that I can't go in August because I'm just getting back to work.
Correct.
So what were your available months to go on this trip?
So the initial conversation to me was, would you like to go on a trip? We have a year to plan, and we'll determine the exact month and location at a later date. It was never communicated that anything had changed, that, oh, I looked at the contract and we only have until August to book. That was never communicated. I'm just now hearing about that now.
Okay.
I couldn't go in August. I said, hey, October, November, December.
So after making it clear that you could not go on this trip in August, she scheduled the trip for August.
Yes.
Judge Juarez.
All right. So, Ms. James, you were on a trip
Right.
when you agreed to the next trip.
Right.
You signed something while you were there in person,
Right.
correct? Okay. Was Ms. Wilson on that trip with you?
No.
Okay. Did you call Ms. Wilson before signing something?
I think we did, because we didn't agree to everybody was on board to the trip. So we wanted to make sure so we knew how to divide the money up for the deposit. So we didn't sign anything until we got everybody that we wanted on board.
Is that accurate? Did she call you from her trip?
No.